Let's Vogue. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Nixie Bobs, and we're going to do a makeup special owing to the horrendous weather going on out my window. Actually, at the minute, I'm lying because the sky is blue, the icy snow is melting, but it could come back again. I have another dodgy throat, as you can probably hear. So we have a nice bottle of water on standby. Before I carry on, Birchbox. Now, Birchbox arrived Monday. And I was originally sitting there going, oh, let's do it. And then it came too late. It actually got delayed. It actually came Tuesday. I'm lying. I've been disappointed with it again this month. So this is the very Birchbox of the month. And that was its contents. So what annoys me, and I want to do a vlog on this, but I'm fearful of facing the backlash. So it's why I haven't done it. But basically, other people have posted their Birchboxes, and like last month, someone had a full-size Leighton Denny nail polish. If you've been here a while, I've been reviewing all the kits that QVC have been giving us. So where's my Leighton Denny? It's not here. Exactly. Where's mine? I should have one too, and I don't have one, and that's not fair. If you're going to roll something like that out, you should roll it out to everyone. Apparently, you're supposed to get 2 full-size products in every pot. Supposedly, these are the 2 full-size products. These look more like trial sizes to me. I'm being particularly harsh, but I'm not the only one who's been not so happy with the Birchbox this month. But that's besides the point. We're not here to discuss that. If you'd like me to sort of sum up Birchbox a little bit more, leave me a comment and I'll get to it. So far, all I've done is added lid primer and concealer to my lids. And really I wanted to go for, like, today, an icy snowy blue kind of colour, and I've been looking through my palettes trying to work out which one's best, and essentially what I'm going to go for is an Urban Decay. We've got the Vice 5 or Vice 10, which has got several shades in it, as you can see here. Really only one blue in 501, but then I guess you could use UVB as well. And I also have the Alice in Wonderland inspired palette from last May, and this has the shade Metamorphosis, Bandersnatch, not to mention it's got other icy shades, it's got lots of fun. So really I think they're my best 2 options. You've got something else, like there's Blueberry Swirl within Chocolate Bar. I don't think Tartlet's really got anything. Okay, so the one I'm really liking right now is the Alice one, so I'm going to start with that. And as usual, I've got no plans, no definitive idea what I'm going to do. It's fine. It normally works out really well this way. So if you saw from my very tart Christmas, I got a load of lovely Morph or Morphe brushes. I don't know what any of them mean. I don't know what any of them are. It's all good. We're going to have some fun. So I'm going to start with, I think, Bandersnatch. Oh, Time is also a blue shade as well. I forgot. Time is quite a dark blue, though, so we're going to use that on the outer corner, I think. Bandersnatch will be my first shade, and I'm going to use the big, fluffy M139, which I don't know what that means. I know nothing. Like you, I know nada. That's why we have fun, because we get things, we use things, we've got no idea what they mean, and that's what the general public does. It's lovely if you know everything, but I know nothing. And that's cool. So I'm going to take that, blow it out a little bit, and I'm just going to sweep that all along that top layer of my eyeball to get the first shade of blue. Can you hear the wind outside? It's very loud. I'm starting, I'll show you, I'm starting just above the lid, but hitting, it's basically between where my eyebrow bone is here, where the socket bone is rather, and where the ball is. It's like a little groove there. Essentially I'm starting above, really to make my eye look bigger, because I know that's a technique that works. It's the only thing I will fake is my eye size. I will not draw big brows on, nor will I add false lashes or contour, because that's not me, and if you're into that kind of thing, you're on the wrong channel. So I've had a quick couple of layers of Bandersnatch there. We just basically got a wash of blue. Actually going to go straight to the blue shade in Metamorphosis, which is right down here. Oh, it's patterned on the back. I never knew that. I did not know that the back of the Alice palette was patterned. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Try and say that fast, especially if you've had like 5 drinks. So I'm going to use the same brush, come in with Metamorphosis. I'm going to get more of a shading on that. Not too much again. The more you apply, or if you get too much on the brush, you basically end up looking overdone. It's normally with shadows, the less the better, I think we've learned. Take that across exactly the same way that I just did. because it looks pretty. And I want icy bluiness. I'm also going to go over it with a lighter shade in a bit, just to really make it a bit cooler and a bit more icier. But I'm going to do 2 layers of Metamorphosis. I couldn't remember what that was called. How bad is that? So that's my blues. I don't know if you can just see that coolish line that I've got going atop. It looks really cute. Although technically I have green eyes and blue and green should never be seen, but balls to the rules, I don't care. So to ice it up a little bit and make it a little bit softer, there's a couple of colours I'm looking at. Royal Flush and Lily, because they're my lighter shades. There's also Looking Glass there, which is more of a matte, and owing to the fact that Bandersnatch and that are matte, it's probably what I should go for, but Lily has a glittery pigment about it, so I'm actually going to go for Lily, which is right here. Same brush again, and into it, and that will just really lighten it up pretty.
Oh, I've got icy blue eyes. Bear in mind, I actually don't know what I'm wearing out yet, so I'm essentially using makeup before deciding what I'm going out in, and that's probably illegal on some level, but I don't really care.
All over the lid shade, let's go. I'm going to start with my Laura Geller brush that we got from the Chocolate Box collection, and I'm going to go for Looking Glass first, which is the matte kind of almost balletic pink, if not a beige shade. That will base out the eye under here, and then we'll get set onto something else. We get quite a lot of that on the brush, as you can see there, because it's obviously got to clean up a lot of the blue, and I don't want to end up with a sky blue lid, and I'm going to pat it on as opposed to stroke it on, because that will help the colour settle down.
And I'm kind of being lazy. Another thing people do, is something that I did on the pretty reckless shadow tutorial, is use concealer. Again, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use colour, because I'm being quick and simple.
So I've got now icy blue and a very pale shade. What I'm going to do on top of this is just build a glitter pigment to make it stand out and make it seem more snowy and icy. So again, we've got a couple of options in this palette. You've obviously got Royal Flush, but what I'm going to do is go for Midnight Cowboy, which is in the Vice 10 palette. But if you've got the Alice palette, just go for Royal Flush. It's just purely because I have both, and I really think a Midnight Cowboy is obviously more of a moon dust, more fun as well. I don't want to go OTT with this, so I'm going to go to my smaller Morphe MB160. You know what that means, clever people. And I'm going to try and not get this too much over it, because I actually do like the shading that that's created. I'm going to pat it on, and that's going to give me extra sparkliness. Eyeliner. Lovely. So I didn't want to go overboard with my liner. I just wanted a very simple flick with a very thinnish tail, because I don't want it to stand out too much and overdo what I'm doing, which is icy blue weirdness. Yay! Frosted blue. We're going to call this like a frosted winter blue eyeshadow tutorial, actually, I think. And it's actually looking nice. I keep like doubting myself doing these things, but I'm actually really happy with it right now. So before I sort of give a deepness and slight darkness to the outer edge, I'm going to give a quick more flush of Metamorphosis just over the top line here, just really to make sure it's defined as being icy blue. Midnight Cowboy and Looking Glass are actually really married together very well. If you have, I think it's Cosmic in the Moon Dust shades, and you really want it to sparkle, I've got it in my palette. That one's a really great one to put on your eyelid, really to sparkle it up here. I really feel like I need Let It Go playing in the background right now, but if we do that, we'll get copyrighted, so I can't do that. I do feel like I need just a little bit of definition on the outer, just really to frame up that flick. I've made slight messes under the eye, but once I've done foundation and other products, that's going to level out, so don't sweat it too much about that. So for the outer corner, I'm going to go to the shade Time, which is very, very dark blue. So I don't want to get too crazy with it. Frosted to me doesn't say dark colours, but obviously it's advisable to have a slightly little dibbly bit of a dark tinge on the outer eye. So I'm going to use my blending brush again, but I'm going to only dab in the powder, and I'm going to follow where my flick is and just do circular motions right on that very outer corner there, and slightly pat it into the eye. And that's as far as I'm going to go. I don't want to do too much. I'll show you again. Outer corner where the flick meets. Small circular motions. Pat it in. Following. And that creates just enough for me without being OTT. You can see that right there.
Where the thick is, small circular motions, pat it down to blend, bring it up slightly, and no more than that.
We get the rest of the face ready before finishing underneath the eye? I think so. Hey! Okay, so complexion is done. All the evil that I had going on is covered. I've got my blush. I've done my highlighter up here, which was the Trifle highlighter from the Urban Decay, from the Look Fantastic box for this month. I've got Cruel on, also from Urban Decay. I used Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. Yes, they are my lashes. They are not falsies. I 100% promise you down to the ground, for I would never wear false eyelashes. And I'm pretty much ready, but I'm just going to give a little fleckle of colour underneath the eye, really to make it pop. I can really see how the blues are working against the light here, so it definitely looked lovely and frosty. As I said, if an option for you is to use a white glitter powder over the lid, really to make it pop a bit more, or even the Urban Decay Cosmic that I just showed you. I'm not going to use those. I've decided I want it to be a bit more easy and everyday, which is normally my aesthetic. You guys know that anyway. I'm not one for doing too much glamour unless it's a special occasion like next week. So to finish off, I'm going to come back with Metamorphosis, and I'm going to come under the eye just a little bit with a light sweeping, and then on the inner corners I'm going to use Royal Flush and really just brighten it up to give it a really light and frosty effect. So I'm going to use my kind of angled brush like this, which is an M321. Again, I don't know what it means. You guys know that. It's fun. And I'm going to roll that in the colour, but knock a lot off because I got quite a lot on. And just very gently sweep underneath with the blue. So I'm just creating a light shade of blue. Underneath, nothing too crazy. You see how that works against this one? So we're going to apply it to this side too. Brighten it up and make it look a little less messy. I'm going to use the shade Lily, which is the lighter shade. I'm going to change brushes actually and use the pencil tipped end of this one, which is an M431. And again, I don't know what it means. It's all good. Come in with that and just go over the blue slightly just to give it a lighter colouring. Point of this is subtlety. I know it's not going to show up as much as some people can make it, but that's the point. I like subtlety. I like delicacy. So that gives a nicer kind of just icy blue underneath. And to finish off the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Royal Flush, also from Alice, and just really paint on the inner corner just to give it a nice lightness. So I'm going to come right here, small circulars right onto that inner corner to create brightness. And that's me done. I'm ready for a wintry day. Kind of, I need a hat. I will show you the finished look. Here it is. So I'm ready to go out now, apart from the fact that I've got to go and get this lot dry and get changed, because I'm not going to go out in this lot. Thank you everyone for watching this frosty winter inspired makeup look and enduring me for the last 10 minutes. I don't know what you're doing. Enjoy your day. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please do. If not, comment, say what I did and didn't do right. It's all good. I know I normally get things wrong. It's fun for me. It's all good to me. I'll see everyone again for another video of anything going on in my life. Bye everyone.